let's talk about the economy. It is, there's a lot of talk, a negative talk about the economy, about, what's happening right now. And I'm not going to get into all of that. What I do want to point out is that you can actually thrive through economic downturn instead of doom and gloom and, be worried constantly. And I just want to kind of point out 3 things that you need to do as we go forward in this economy, so that you have everything in your power to be able to take it, be strong, and thrive through this whole process. So the number 1 thing is to learn from COVID. Like, you guys, every financial crisis, every economic crisis in the history of this world, people have thrived. There are incredible stories. And I point out COVID specifically because, that was very close to our memory. And so if you can think about how the fact that, from my point of view during COVID, there were people starting their dreams. There were people saying yes to me because they couldn't do their normal job. They decided to start their business. They decided to go all in and make it happen. And I just saw that over and over and over, and it was incredibly empowering. And I want you to learn from that process as well, right? And I think it's really, really important that we approach this type of negative news as something that can actually help you thrive. So I want to point out there are lots of companies that have been made during a crisis, who've started through economic downturn. Netflix, Apple, GM, Trader Joe's, Revlon, Disney. For goodness sakes, Disney and Google and Facebook were launched right before a crisis, an economic crisis, and they had to push through that first year of of trouble, and look where they are now. So I really want you. Groupon is another one. I really, really want you to hear that when you take this approach of, all right, we're going to dig our heels in and we're going to make stuff happen. And I'm going to go all in and finding my passion, my dream, and making it work. So that's the number 1 thing that you've got to get your brain wrapped around. Change that mindset. If you find yourself thinking doom and gloom and paying attention to the worst of the worst and being fearful of your future, I want you to remember this video, and I want you to take a pause, take a deep breath, and say, there are realities, and I'm going to go all in. I'm going to make this happen through this process. Sometimes the worst times are some of the best results, give us the best results, because we do dig our heels in and we say, you're not going to, put me down, right? You're not going to, I'm not going to be put down during this process, right? So it can be a very powerful thing if you let it. The number 2 thing is to help others. When you help others and you find ways to help support others succeeding, guess what? You succeed. This is core to what I do around here, right? It's you've got to find your uniquely way to support others in succeeding in whatever way that looks like. And I'm going to talk about different options as well here shortly. But it could be I help you, right, with all of the creator stuff. But it could be, you could help people and support others in succeeding in their happiness, in their business, in family, in health. There are all kinds of different ways or approaches that you can take to helping, supporting. But when you do that for others and they are succeeding, it's this snowball effect of power for all involved. So what do you know? What are you passionate about? What skill sets do you have? And I actually want to show you, hold on. I'm just pulling this up. I want to show you a couple of things here that come from you guys. Research following the 2008 Great Recession showed that companies who thank you, Bob. Showed that companies who invest in their process during a downturn outperform afterwards. Thank you so much for bringing that research up. That's amazing. I love to hear that, and I think it's just, I think it's just so important, right? I don't see a question with your super chat, but thank you so much, Bob. So you've got to find your uniquely way of helping support others in that process for them. And the third thing is you've got to control your own success. We can't allow just this gloom of like economic downturn to take us down. Like I was saying before, you've got to control your own success. And by doing that, we're not relying on other third parties like YouTube, AdSense, like a sponsorship, right? Like those are all great, but once you control your own success, you have all of the power, you have all of the tools to be able to use to help you help others and create that snowball effect of impact, which is really, really cool. So how do you control your own success? Well, you could do that with a course, a membership. That's maybe a little trickier during economic troubles, but it's still doable. Affiliates, it doesn't even have to be your own product. This is a little bit reliant on a third party, but there are ways to make this work. So that's 3 ways. There are all kinds of ways, but that's 3 ways that you can control your own success, turning your knowledge, your skill, your passion into a product that you sell, and that has that impact that you're desiring to have on people, and that helps them succeed in whatever way that looks like to them. And so I wanted to kind of just throw out some ideas here. Let's see, let's go to this. Oops, wrong one. So we asked you, like, if you were to turn something, your knowledge, your skill into a product, what would that be? Lindsay said, helping newbie freelancers brand, market, and sell themselves to get their first paying clients. That is amazing, right? And that's gonna go into the format of membership or a course. It's been a while since I had to say your name. Judith. No, I think that's right. Help people learn in a relaxing and fun way to create beautiful images by drawing structured patterns. And I want to take a break here. Why is that important, right? How is that going to help people? A lot of people are like, okay, well, like, I'm not going to help people grow their business or make money. And they think that that's the only thing that people will pay for. That is so not true. Happiness, health, the health industry is like probably one of the biggest industries that exists, right? And so if you think about like, okay, people want happiness, people want health, people want family improvement, there are all kinds of things that people will pay for a course or a membership or an affiliate partnership, in order to get an end result. So really, you're just identifying what is that end result, and then you can go from there. And then, I'm using the wrong mouse again. I always do that. Okay, I will help people get better mentally and physically, see, right? To release them of any fears or past hurts and trauma so they can reset, then design and create their best lives, feel safer, happier, and confident with this new version of themselves. And that's gonna be a 10-week coaching program. Okay, there's another way to do this, right? One-on-one consulting, coaching, taking down the patriarchy. I will empower women that have been beaten down, that feel stuck, frustrated, without direction, and how to start all over again. That's amazing. Like, do you see the power here in different ideas? I would start my lotion business again. Wonderful. stage performance, right? So teach the 7 dimensions of love leaders to inspire love and healthy relationships. Love that as well. See, there are all kinds of different ways to go about supporting others in their goals so that you are having that impact. And sometimes people say, well, but during an economic downturn, like people aren't going to buy. And I want to challenge that. People, again, will buy a result that they need, that they desire. And that is really at the core of why I want you to actually step into your own power and do something that maybe feels a little uncomfortable and maybe feels like you don't know how or why people would buy. And when you are able to support people and them reach their goals, again, that whole snowball effect, but it is 1,000% possible. And I want to point out, we just posted this today, but there are some great answers to this one question. What does that make possible for you in your life when you are able to step out of your comfort zone and step into something that will help you reach and help others, right? So let's take a look at that. What did I just do? Yes, I did it right. Frank said what would it make possible? Retirement. Redemption and forgiveness, taking a major step in my business and quitting work, starting a business, traveling by myself. I've raised 3 kids by myself. Now that they are old, I can start putting me first at times. How freaking powerful is that? So I ask you in the comments, what would this make possible for you if you were able to control your own future, control your income, and actually make this happen? I want to show you how to control your own success by launching this product of your own so that you have security in what you're doing and not relying on other third parties. I want to help you create your video launch plan and figure out which product to create, show you the possibilities and what videos to create exactly to promote the product. And I also want to help you learn how to be authentic in this process and generate a lot of excitement, buzz up to this product launch. And that's what we call when you're offering something for sale, right? And you're releasing that product into the world is called a launch. And so I really want to help you understand how to sell without feeling sleazy, where it can be really a good thing that feels good for you, for your customers, and for your audience. So some of you already are in this thing, and we actually have put together a 4-hour intensive that's happening tomorrow. We also have one on Wednesday, but during this 4-hour period of time, I'm gonna be sitting there with you and everybody else in this group, and we will work through this whole process of choosing your product, putting it together in a package so that it makes sense, and figuring out which videos to actually put out there to create that buzz and how to approach it authentically and just as a human being. Like, that's all it is at the end of the day. For you to put this thing out there is just being human. And when it comes to asking people to buy a course or a membership or coaching, it stumbles, or it freaks people out, and they start doing things that don't feel authentic to them. I've been there, done that, and I want to walk you through exactly what you need so that you can get past the fear and you can thrive in 2023. And you can help others thrive. Again, coming back to that snowball effect of impact. You do not need a huge audience to do this. Engagement is more important than size when it comes to effectiveness of having a product out there for sale. So that's happening tomorrow. So some of you are already like ready to go. You have the link, you have your papers ready to go, your pen ready to go. We're gonna do this to get together. It's gonna be an action-oriented implementation day, and we're going to go through exactly your offer, like I said before, your offer, and then your launch, how to sell it authentically, how to create mass excitement, and exactly what videos to create to build authority and expand your reach. And then we're gonna create your calendar so that you know exactly what needs to be done when, and then you have an action plan. So I would love to see you there tomorrow. I'm gonna open it up to questions here. But I want to see you there tomorrow, and you can join tomorrow and Wednesday if you so desire, or you can just choose the best date for you. Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, and then Wednesday is 8 a.m. Pacific. Yes, okay. I was just like looking for questions. If you have questions, go ahead and put Q in front of the question. Is this something that would help you? What is possible for you? That's what I want to know in the comments. Susan says, the best companies in the world learn how to pivot. Larry is an example of somebody who's pivoted when things change. Just hit subscribe, you'll learn how to. Thank you, Susan. I've pivoted. I've learned how to actually, take the kind of roll with the punches, right? And find ways to thrive out of challenges. I look at challenges as opportunities. That is like my motto. Like challenges equal opportunities. And I just keep repeating that over and over and over. Yes, I would love to see you guys in there. I know that we have a whole bunch of people ready to go for tomorrow's session. And then we also have, and you can get that right here, livestreamingpros.com/launch. I kind of forgot that part. That's kind of the most important part. Get your butt in here. Team, we need to update the second session on that page. Can somebody go in and do that real quick? But livestreamingpros.com/launch is where you go. Again, it's going to be an intensive, but you're going to have an entire plan at the end of it so that you don't get caught up in the what's and the how's. And, I'm so excited about this. Our team is going to be hosting. Daniel, as many of you know, does a lot of the tech support here at Live Streaming Pros, and he's amazing with it. And so he's going to be doing 2 calls. This is a bonus. That actually is just related to tech. So you're gonna have 2 opportunities to join a tech call, one in December and one in January. And you will be able to ask questions about like, which services do you need in order to nail this launch down? Which, anything related to video tech, of course. All of these different tech pieces that hold people back from getting a product out there. I want to just support you. He's going to be there and walk you, just let you ask any questions you have regarding tech. So those bonuses are going to be huge for getting you, past that hurdle. And so, yeah. Paul says Daniel is great. Daniel is great. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Why is that a laughing? Congrats. I'm glad that you're using it. All right. So I'm going to open this up to any questions that you have, regardless of if it's about the launch day, or if it's about, any other tech. Anything you got, I'm here for you. I'm just so excited to help you thrive through this process of economic toil, right? Toil, is that the right word? Economic downturn. And so whatever happens in the world with the economy, I want you to know you have power and you have the ability to just soar and dig your heels in and make it happen for yourself. I am just such a firm believer in, like what I was saying, challenges equal opportunities. And so I just want to really infuse that in you. And I want to be your mirror to show you how possible it is for you and get you over those hurdles and get you over that fear that holds so many people back. So yeah, I'm excited to hang out with you tomorrow. Hey there, Daniel is. Whoop, whoop. All right. Why are we doing ice cream? Is everybody bringing ice cream? Oh. Oops, hold on. I'm screwing everything up. Wait, hold on. Let me reset this here. Here we go. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I like ice cream, but I'm not like a big dessert kind of person. Great attitude. You view everything as an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity. It's so cool what happens in life when you take that approach rather than like, you know, letting it get you stuck and going backwards. Choco Tacos, is that an ice cream flavor? Oh, it's the ice cream like sandwich, the Choco Taco. I know what you're talking about. Okay. Ken Buyer says, is there a tutorial on how to properly light a green screen when using ECAMM? Yes, we do have a video, and Kathleen has posted that. Your tech coach posted that. So we do have a video on that. Exactly for you. See how easy that was? Boom. You ask, you receive. Kick fear to the curb. Exactly. Kick fear to the curb. You know, I know that we all get in our own heads, right? We all do. And it's just human nature. But what you do when you get in your head, that's what truly matters. That is where people are made or broken. The entertainment industry, David says, always does better during economic downturns. We don't need a major studio to take advantage of it now. Yes! How wonderful is that? And let's talk about why the entertainment industry does better during economic downturn. People need happiness. When people are frustrated, when costs are rising, when they're struggling financially, guess what? They're going to spend money on a movie ticket because they need that mental break. They need positivity. They need happiness. They need a release. And that's what I think, you know, we heard so often here at Live Streaming Pros about how we were showing up for you during COVID, that we were a positive influence, and I that's all I desire ever to be for anybody, is that positive influence and that positive happiness. People show up during our countdown timers, and sometimes people leave when the countdown timer is over because literally people have told me this. Like, they show up for the countdown timer because we're dancing and we're having fun and they just want a little happiness, and then they go. Like, okay, you could stick around, but that's okay. Whatever you need, whatever you need from me, I'm here to give you. But I think that it's, you know, like if you can be that positive, helpful support for somebody else, and it can be the smallest of things. It can be a smile. And